Welcome to the Tower Talk podcast, a place for honest and open conversations to support you in living your best life from the inside out. Join me on this journey of self-discovery as we explore what it means to reach next level badassery and cut through the BS. So tune in, stay a while, and I promise I'll be right here alongside you as we figure this shit out together. Saman, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. I am super excited to be chatting with you all things fitness and wellness for a badass woman over 40. So, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about
Thank
you.
you. Well, thank you so much for having me. So, what do you want to know about? How did I start on my fitness journey?
I want to know about
The
you. We
beginning.
want to know about just you, Saman. Like, tell us all about
Okay,
you.
so let's start from the beginning.
Yes,
So I
let's
was
do it.
born and raised in Canada. So when I was 6 years old, my parents decided us to move back to Pakistan. So I'm originally from Pakistan, born in Canada. So I lived in Pakistan for 7 or 8 years. I did my high schooling from there as well. And then I guess the whole point of moving there was because my father wanted us to just live there, but he couldn't live there for more than 6 months, so he left. And it was me, my siblings, and my mom in Pakistan. So my father used to visit us like every year in December. And we did that for like good 6 or 7 years. And then we decided that we wanted to come back and visit him in Canada. And we went, I think we came here in 1994. And my father wasn't doing too well, so my mom decided like she's gonna just sell everything in Pakistan and we're just gonna move back to Canada. And that's exactly what happened. So I started my grade nine from here till college and whatever. So yeah, like growing up, never played any sports. Didn't had a role model, like watching anybody playing sports. My sister actually was quite athletic, but that was only in Pakistan. So she would participate in like racing and all that stuff. And growing up, I was quite a lot compared to her because she was a year older. So it was like she was the smartest one, she was the intelligent one, she was the athletic one, whereas I was the lazy one. So growing up, I had the mentality that I have to prove myself that I can do what she's doing. I never really competed with her, but I had it in me like I want to show everyone that I need to be accepted. Like I can do better. Like people need to believe in me. Like I am capable. Because there were growing up, like I was also overweight. So I used to be called names a lot, bullied a lot back home. And back home, we don't have any filter. We just say it as it is. If somebody thinks that you're fat, they're going to say it on your face. You're fat. What the hell is going on with you? How come your sister is so skinny? What kind of bread are you eating that you're so fat? They would tell my mom, like, what are you feeding her that she's so big and the other one is not so big? So that's how I grew up. And when I came to Canada, obviously, never played any sports again. I was actually shy, no confidence at all. Had to learn how to speak English all over again. So it was quite tough. It was quite tough. And, did high schooling. And then also because my father was not there, he left us when we were in high school. It just didn't work out between me, my mom, and him. And he left and he went back home. So now everything was on me, my sister, and my brother. My brother was too small. So me and my sister started working like in a very early age because somebody had to obviously pay the bills and stuff like that. So my sister got married at the age of 21. So when she left, everything was on me then.
Mm.
So I was working full time after I'd done my college and everything. Again, like sports is never in my list. It was the last thing that I was worried about. But at the same time, I was obsessed with being skinny. Like,
Mm.
how we back in the days, girls don't lift weight. It's so manly, and we just need to be skinny, skinny thighs. Just wanted to be zero size. Just wanted to fit in those jeans and
Yeah.
all that. So I used to do cardio a lot, just like running, and that's it. Never bother going to the gym because my mom also didn't allow us. We were raised very in a strict environment because my mom was like, "Oh, your father is not here. You guys are not allowed to go here or there because what are people going to say? People are going to say that your father left, so now you guys becoming wild." Like she would not let us go to the malls. It's a really different culture. It's a really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
different culture. Yeah. So that's how I've been with like can't go out with friends, can't go to the mall, can't watch movies, can't go to the. I remember I told her, I said, "Mommy, I want to join a fitness club." She just God, she just, the word club just made her like crazy. She was like, what club you want to go to? I said, no, mommy, it's a fitness club. It's not a dancing club.
Yeah.
It's a fitness club. And she was like, no. So I used to just run and do cardio, whatever. And you know how they had those DVDs where you used to like do this
Yeah.
workout, just following, yeah, random DVD workout and stuff like that. But nothing like really hardcore that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So that's how basically I grew up, with my mom. And then I got married at the age of 26.
Okay.
And that's where I started to pursue my passion with my husband. Because that's what my mother said. She's like, whatever you want to do it after you get married. I said, what if my husband doesn't allow me? She goes, well, that's your luck. So yeah, that's your luck and you're stuck
Yeah.
with that. So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what am I gonna do? So no, and you know what? I'm so blessed that I married a man who is so amazing. And I was just telling him yesterday, and I got really teary. And I'm like, Fame, I've been married for you for 17 years. Not even once you ever came from work, come back home and said, you know what, someone you didn't cook, because I hate cooking. He
Yeah.
never complains. If there's nothing, he will just make something for himself. And I'm like, you're such a different person because where I grew up, my father would order my mom. I want this, I want that. He will drink his coffee and just leave it on the table, and my mom has to pick it up. Like
Yeah.
that's how I've
Yeah.
seen it. So my husband is totally different, like totally different. He comes home, he cleans the house, he'll clean the washroom. When my kids were small, I'll give them a bath, give them food. When you sleep, you're tired. Don't worry, I'll take. Like he's so, so different. So I feel like whatever I couldn't do as a child, that's what I'm doing right now, just fulfilling
Mm.
all my passion and stuff like that. So
Ah, wow. What a beautiful story. And what an incredible man you have.
yes,
Such a great
yes, I'm
relationship.
blessed. Yes,
Okay, so
yes.
yeah, I want to hear so much more, and I want to
Yes.
let's take this into sibling because
Mhm.
I feel like that could be a good way to go. And growing up as the younger sister, I don't have any sisters, but I have two older brothers, and so I know that there's like they always have like a one up on you, right? And you're always kind of like catching up. So how did that feel when you kept kind of get pushed off to the side of like you wanted to do something and she was like better than you? How did that feel?
Yeah.
And like, how did you go about like combating that?
You know what? I honestly thank God that I didn't go the wrong way. I didn't say, you know what, forget it because I'm being compared all the time. I'm done with this and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna screw everyone. I was not like that. I was like, no, I want to
Okay.
be better. I'm gonna push myself. You would not believe we were in grade two when we newly came to Pakistan, and I was in grade. So my mom decided to put me and my sister both in same grade. Although I was supposed to be in grade one, but she put me in grade two with her.
Okay.
And we couldn't read or write Urdu at all. So that's the language we speak in Pakistan is Urdu. So she was writing everything so nicely. She just got it right there and then. And I was struggling and I was can't write. I can't read. I just can't do it. Somebody in our family told my mom that I don't think someone is going to ever be able to become something. She's very slow. There's something
Mm.
wrong with her. My mom started bawling like that. I don't remember what I ate yesterday, but I remember that. Like that is like in
Mm.
my mind embedded that my mom was crying because she believed her
Yeah.
that my daughter is done. She would not be able to become anything. And my cousin at that time, who was younger than my mom, like a couple of years younger, but she was quite older than that. So she said, I will take care of someone. And she really worked hard on me. And you would not believe that I taught in that subject in grade two. There were like 300 students, and I had the top marks in Urdu. So obviously, with hard work, I was able to accomplish. So I proved I'm like, you know what, I can do it.
Yeah.
Like I said, like growing up, that was the mentality. I wasn't competing with anybody or even with my sister. I have nothing against. I love her because she's always been there for me and everything. But it was just me that I want to be better. I want to be better than yesterday. I just want to do good. I want to prove people that I am good. And even when I go to the gym, I think I have the same, call it a stupid mentality, whatever you want to say it. I have that mentality that people are watching me and I'm going to show them, you know what? I'm not weak. I'm strong. I
Yeah.
can do it. Don't underestimate me if I'm fully covered or hijabi or Muslim. I'll show you I'm strong. And it's so funny talking about this yesterday. I was just doing battle ropes in the gym.
Yeah.
And usually I go to my home gym, but I went to another gym. And this guy comes to me and he's like, wow, your form is so good. I was like, thank you. And just literally 5 minutes later, another guy came and he's like, how long have you been doing battle ropes? I said, not so long. I'm once in a while, not all the time. He's like, your form is so good. I'm so surprised. I said, hold on. Why are you surprised?
Yeah.
I said, why are you surprised? He's like, well, because you're a woman.
Oh my
And I didn't want it to have any more conversation. I was like, oh, okay, okay, I got it. I'm like, let me just finish my work. I said, okay, okay, because I'm a woman, so you did not expect me to have a good run. I get it. He's like, because no, no, not like that. It's like
Yeah,
because
yeah, it's never
my
like
form,
that.
my form is, yeah, it's like my form is not good at all. Like you're doing so well. Like I can never do it. Like I said, yeah, no worries, that's fine. I said, that's thank you so much. That's all.
Good for you for taking the high road. I listen to that and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a woman. Like, I'm like, let's go. It's just so funny that it's still 2024 and people are
I
saying
know.
that. And where
I
in Canada
know.
are you? You're in Toronto, right?
Toronto, yes, yes.
Okay. Which is like a big city. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just so surprised that like that kind of stuff still happens, but I guess it does all the time.
Yes, it does. It
Yeah.
does.
So okay, you have always been this like I need to prove it to myself, prove to myself. But did you ever have somebody that you like looked up to as an athlete or somebody that was like proving it to themselves too, or you were just like it doesn't matter, I have to be better, and it was all
I was just
internal.
more to my mom, maybe mostly. Like, you know what? I
Okay.
want to prove her that I'm a good daughter and I'm hardworking and all that. Yeah, I would say my mom, not even my sister actually, because she like I said, we're just 1 year apart. We're like,
Yeah,
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 we're like twins. Yeah, so it was more like to my mom. You know what? Ma, I can do better. I can do better. Just
yeah,
watch me.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's your relationship with
but
your mom like now?
oh, love it. Oh no, no. It's always been good. Always been good. I know
Yeah,
she's been tough on us, but there
yeah,
was a reason. I know because I can't blame her because she's been raised that way.
of course.
She's been raised the same way that I have. But I have to break that cycle. I
Yeah,
cannot do that to my daughter. I cannot do that to my I cannot call my daughter names like the way I've been grew up. My mom used to say straight up, like, you're fat, you're not doing it. I understand because she grew up the same way. She didn't know better.
yeah,
I know better. I'm educated. I'm not gonna do that to my daughter. I tell my
yeah.
daughter all the time. Like my mom would never ever compliment. And when I asked her now, like a couple of years, I said, how come you never complimented us? She goes, I don't want you to have a big head. I was like, really, mom? I don't I think that would have made a huge difference because I told my daughter all the time, I want her to be confident. I said, Romana, you're so beautiful. You're so pretty. I love you, blah, blah. Like, I'm so different.
Yeah.
But man, these kids, I tell you, they're like, Mommy, you're saying that because you're my mom. I said, are you kidding me? If my mother told me that, I would have been so happy. Like, what else you guys?
Yeah.
You're saying that because you're my mother. I said, no,
Yeah.
Romana, you're so pretty. You're so
Yeah.
smart.
What do you think is different than with us now being able to break the cycle with like your mom? Could your mom have broken the cycle back then?
I doubt it now because she never been to school.
Okay.
She didn't had a lot of communication with anyone. She didn't have a lot of friends because, like I said, she grew up in a very tough environment as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
She left school when she was 8 or 9 years old because her mom broke her arm and she had to be home and feed everybody.
Okay.
So she comes from a poor family. She didn't come
For
from a
sure.
rich family or anything like that. So it was really, really hard for her. So
Yeah.
even marrying my dad was also very difficult. My dad never let her work. He was very demanding. So they didn't have a good relationship. But
Right.
my father was my mother was very religious, praying
Yeah.
5 times a day, and my father on the other side was not religious at all. He would
Okay.
not pray at all. So it was just not a good balance at all.
Yeah. So I know religion's a huge piece of just you as a human being,
Hmm.
but also how you show
Hmm.
up on social media. Do you
Hmm.
want to talk a little bit about that and how that is for you?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, hijab is my identity. It empowers me. I never ever feel like I can't do anything. It doesn't prevent me from doing anything. I just honestly feel so empowered. The gym and I see people wearing whatever. I feel like I'm just free from everything. I don't have to be following any trend. I just follow my own trend. I just the way I am. I want people. That's why when people are coming to my page, they're seeing my workout. I'm not trying to show anything. I'm not trying to show my body or anything. I want them to appreciate my hard work.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. So to me, religion is a huge part of my life, a huge, huge part of my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which keeps me humble. I feel like hijab really keeps me humble and grounded.
Yeah. And has this always been like a huge part of your life? There's even outside of fitness and social
Um,
media?
like being religious.
Yes.
Yes, I'm like I said, like because my mom was pretty religious, and growing up, she like embedded in us like you have to pray 5 times a day because we pray it 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing with my kids. Like,
Okay.
but wearing a hijab, she never forced us. So it's like it's
Okay.
up to you. So I didn't started wearing a hijab until I was 23. I wore it actually when I was 19. Then I took it off. I was like, I'm not comfortable with it. I just don't want to wear it, whatever. And then I took it off and I wore it again at the age of 23. And same with my husband. Like my daughter doesn't wear it. Like we never. She used to wear it, and then she took it off. She's like, I'm not comfortable. I said, that's fine. It's up to you.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready. If you want to wear it, wear it. You don't want to wear it, don't wear it. It's
Yeah.
up to you. So when people come and say, "Oh my God, you guys are oppressed. You've been forced to wear hijab," no, no, it's not like that. It's
Yeah.
nothing like that. We're not forced to wear hijab. I wear it because I love it. It's my identity that I want people to know that yes, I'm a Muslim. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have 2 kids, right? A son
Right.
and daughter? Oh, 3. How old are they?
So my daughter is 16 and my son is 14, and then my
Okay.
other one, last one is 10.
Okay. Wow, they're older than I thought for some also,
Yes,
like, I know you're 43, right?
I'm 43.
How does it feel to have all these teenagers in your house?
Oh, it's that's another story.
Yeah, I'm sure that could be a whole
My
nother
daughter
topic.
daughter is like, wow, she's 16. I honestly did not know it's going to be that tough, but finally we're kind of trying to understand. Like I said, it's really, really hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I have to mellow myself down. I have to be very at her level, talk to her like, like she's a I can't scream at her and stuff like that. I talk to her very nicely. When I look, this is not I didn't like this. Maybe you should try this. And she listens. She listens. You have to be like I said, I cannot treat her the way my mom treated me, where she like,
Yeah.
screaming at us and swearing at us and throwing slippers at us. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, I
Yeah.
have to come to her level, talk to her nicely, and discipline her whenever it's needed. And with my boys are different. I feel like my middle son is very like ambitious. He wants something in life, so he's more like hardworking and stuff like that. But my daughter is more like gullible, and she wants to be with her friends. She wants to party. She wants to do all that stuff. Every teenager wants to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, of course.
yeah. So no, no, it's not easy, but you have to put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
You have to put a lot of work in teenage. Yeah.
And then your kids, are they someone that they like sports? They wanna be in clubs? They wanna do the
Yes.
fitness thing? Yeah?
So my youngest one is like full-time soccer. Like he trains
Okay,
2 to 4 times a week. My husband is obsessed with him becoming a soccer player. So
yeah,
he's like every day they are training hard. My middle son is into swimming.
okay,
So he loves swimming. He's not into soccer and that much, not as much. And my daughter, I just started I told her, I said, you have to do something, either do swimming or do kickboxing or whatever you want. So she
yeah.
started doing kickboxing.
Do you feel like you inspire them to move their body?
Absolutely, absolutely. I know my youngest one is quite inspired, but my daughter, she wants to be look fit, but she doesn't want to put the work in. So
Yeah,
I said, honey, you have to put the work in. It's not
yeah.
gonna just happen like that.
Yeah, you're a prime example of that too, right?
Yeah. So I try my
Um,
best.
yeah, so I want to talk about obviously your fitness journey next. If you guys don't follow Saman on Instagram, she is like you can do it all. You are super strong. You're really agile. You can just pull like rep out muscle ups. I'm like, what can't you do? Like it's the coolest thing. So how did you? I know you were saying you weren't really into sports, and then you kind of started going to classes. So how did you get to where you are today? And like, where did it start?
Hey talkers, are you ready for a boost with your fitness journey? Use code TerraTalk to save 20% off your first order of Legion, aka your new best friend for high quality supplements. Now, why is Legion the best? Because whether you're aiming to feel stronger, more energized, or just a little more badass every day, Legion's got you. Their products nourish your body and enhance your performance without any unnecessary fillers or fluff, and it's backed by real deal scientific research. Plus, they taste so good, you'll actually look forward to chugging down your protein shake. I know I do. And they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. What's not to love about that? So, what are you waiting for? Embrace the journey to becoming the best version of yourself with Legion Athletics by your side. Head over to their website now and use code TerraTalk for 20% off your first order and double loyalty cashback on every order after. Your support through Legion helps keep the podcast as a free source of content, so your support really does matter. So head on over to Legion and enjoy the rest of the show.
So I've been an influencer for the longest time, since 2008. So before my daughter was born,
Yeah.
I was working in an aerospace company called Honeywell as a
Okay.
document specialist in it. So me and my husband decided that after we have our kid, I'm going to quit my job because I want to stay with my kids at home. I don't want to put them for daycare or anything like that. So that's what I did. I left my career and I started taking care of my daughter. And at that time, I was like, what can I do? And I think Facebook was something that just came out. We had no Instagram. And I started posting pictures of me wearing hijab in different way, putting makeup. So I have an account called Makeup Hijabs that I started in 2009 or 10, something like that. So I did that for good 6 and 7 years,
Okay.
where I was just showing how to wear hijab in different way, put makeup on, just like a lifestyle kind of page. And I did that for a good 7, 8 years, and I kind of got tired of it. I was like, I want to do something different now. And my husband suggested, he's like, you know what? There are not a lot of Muslim people who are into fitness.
Yeah.
How about we both start a page and do workout videos? I said, okay, that's a good idea. I mean, I like to exercise, but I don't know much about it, but maybe I can just start it. So
Yeah.
that's where we started SFM Fitness. So S means Saman, my name. F is my husband Fahim, and M, we both have last M initial. His last name is Murchi, my last name is Munir. So it's SFM_fitness. That's how the name SFM
I
came.
didn't even know that was how it was.
Yeah. So he helped me for a week, and then he was like, I think you can take care of it yourself because I got work to do.
I was going to say, I don't think I've seen him much on your page. He was there for 1 week.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we worked out for 1 week, and then I was on my own. And I think it just started from there. I started going to UFC gym. That was a new gym that opened, and I always loved kickboxing. And all my kids started going to school by then. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I started going to the gym. I went to UFC gym. I started videoing myself, and I started tagging them. So UFC gym said that since you're tagging us, you don't have to pay us any membership. Just keep on promoting us like that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's good. That's good. So now I have a makeup hijab page, and now I have a fitness page. So now I'm promoting them on my fitness channel. And that's how it grew. And then I think around when I had 6,000 followers, I started messaging every single brand that I know. Because obviously I had a other account where I worked with so many other like makeup brands and Islamic brands and stuff like that. So I knew, like, if I send them DM or messages, just send everybody. So I was sending them DMs, sending them emails. I want to work with you. I want to collaborate with you.
Yeah.
Under Armour was the only one that came back to me. At that time, I had only 6,000 followers, and they said, okay, we will send you a few items. You can tag us, but if you wear other brands, just don't tag both of us. Like if I wear Nike or whatever, I said, that's fine.
Right. Yeah.
I was not going to take that opportunity for granted. I'm like, hell no, I'm wearing anything else. I'm just going to wear Under Armour.
Yeah.
And kid you not, since then, I've been only wearing Under Armour. I've been only wearing. So at 6,000, I had, 6,000 followers at that time I had. And then they obviously had me for 3 months as an influencer. Then they said, okay, we're going to have you as a brand ambassador. So within 1 year, I told them, look, I am wearing Under Armour neck to bottom. I want to wear Under Armour hijab. Why can't we just design an Under Armour hijab? So we worked on that. So we went back and forth with the Under Armour hijab, like the designing, the material, how it feels and everything like that. And then finally, after 2 years, we came up with the Under Armour performance hijab. Now that it's been sold everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
So that was our first Canadian product, because every single product from Under Armour is from United States.
Right.
So we were so happy that this is a Canadian product, and now it's available everywhere. So that was the biggest thing for me to, help Under Armour design the Under Armour hijab. And then other opportunity with Women's Best and Evolve You. Then 2001, I was the American Fitness Influencer Award I got from them. So, you know what, it just from one to another, one to another. But I have to say that Under Armour is the only brand that has helped me raise that bar. Because once I became their ambassador, I was like, what if they put my video on their page, and then there's Anthony Joshua, and then there's all these amazing Steph Curry, all these amazing athletes, and then they put me there and I'm only doing squats. I need to do better. So that's why I was like, you know what? I have to do crazy stuff. I'm gonna just, push myself and I'm gonna do better. So that's how I think I just pushed myself to God into pull-ups and muscle ups and calisthenics and everything.
That's so funny that you were like, well, they're not going to just do squat. That's really how you got into calisthenics?
Yeah, because that's how I started, was just doing body weight. And I'm like, what if they put my video in the beginning? I'm thinking, like, what if they put my video and all I'm doing is like basic moves, and these are professional athletes, and
Yeah.
they're not going to put my video like that. I need to do something better. I need to raise the bar. So that's how I'm like, okay, I'm going to do some cool stuff that not everyone is doing. So that's
Okay, so what year was that when you really got into that? The calisthenics?
2018, 2019, but muscle ups took me a long time.
Yeah.
Like really, really long. This was my like life goal, the most hardest thing ever. And I still struggle with it. I kid you not. I still struggle because now I'm having shoulder pains because I
Mm.
obviously, you do these crazy things, when you keep on repeating things over and over again.
Yeah.
And being a trainer, sometimes, I know that I need to rest and I'm not resting and I'm not doing that, then yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
will
result.
happen.
So
Yeah.
exactly.
So
So yeah,
when did your video get posted on Under Armour, and what were you doing in the first video that got posted on Under Armour?
I if I'm not wrong, I think the first was the Under Armour hijab ad
Okay.
that was posted, and Tom Brady commented on it. Can you believe it?
Wow, that's amazing.
Can you
That's
believe that? Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But were you doing some crazy move?
No, 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 no. That was actually an advertisement for the performance hijab,
Okay.
Under Armour performance hijab. So that would obviously was recorded. We did a whole 7-hour photo shoot, a video, and everything, makeup, you name it.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. Yeah, Tom Brady commented on it. He left 3 emojis.
Amazing. I love that. Okay, so 2018, that was like 6 years ago now. When you got into that, how did you make that a part of your training? Did you work with a coach? You kind of did your own stuff, or how did like your training shift basically after that?
First, I worked on my own. I just worked on my own, but I also learned a lot by collaborating with other trainers.
Okay. In
I
person?
learned so much. Yeah, in person or whoever, like if there was a trainer in Toronto, do you want to collaborate with me? Let's do it, collaboration. And just, whatever I said, it's going to be your style. I want you to, we're going to post, but it's going to be your style because I don't want to post my style. I want to post the way you do it. So
Yeah.
that's how I learned from them. But now I have 2 coaches. I have one for calisthenics and one I just have for like weightlifting or bodybuilding, whatever, because sometimes we're not motivated, man. I need to be disciplined. So that's why I need my coach. I just find it so much better. Like sometimes I can't push myself. So the best way to get pushed is by, having a coach.
Yeah. Are they both in person then? Do you meet them?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
You know what's
I
funny?
can never do it online, sweetie.
Well, it's funny you say that online because I know you have an online program, which we'll get to that in a second. But
Correct.
as a coach, like I've been a coach for over a decade, but I hire coaches all the time because of the reasons you're saying, like you're not motivated, you want to be held accountable, but also for me, like I like to learn. I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not good at everything. And there's always something you can learn from.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I really do feel like you're a better coach when you're constantly learning and collaborating with others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is the prime example of me being like, oh, who do I want to work with next? Because I just did a powerlifting meet and I'm like, I want to get into calisthenics.
Nice.
So how do you find your coaches now? Is it mostly just referrals or you kind of just talk with people in the gym?
So Mike, who's my calisthenics coach, I've been following him for ages, and I did collaborate with him a long time ago, and he was the only one that I knew who is a good calisthenics coach. And a lot of girls have learned how to do muscle up through him. Okay. So he was my first, and lucky that he also lives in the same city as I do.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, I need to have you. I need you to teach me how to do muscle up. So he told me that I had the strength, but not the technique. So within a couple of months, I got my first muscle up. And I've been struggling it for ages. And I was like, you know what? I learned my lesson that why did I waited so long? I should have hired a coach a long time ago.
Yeah. What about the strength aspect? I know you work with someone else for that. Is that more just like pushing you to lift heavier or the technique aspect of it?
It's more of a form, technique, and of course, pushing me to lift a bit heavier as well.
Yeah.
Like, accomplish my PR. So this coach, I just, and I was just, coach. I'm like, okay, who can, and then I saw this and I'm like, okay, he's the one that I want to work with.
That's the one. How long have you been working with them now?
There's no.
So I know you're an online trainer and you work with Evolve You. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so Chrissy Chella, who's the owner of Evolve You, she contacted me a couple of years ago if I wanted to be her trainer, and I said, why not? They had all these other programs, but they didn't have HIT program. So she said, if you want to design something in HIT, as I've been doing that for ages. So I designed a program called Focus HIT, which contains 3 levels: beginners, intermediate, and advanced. It's an 8-week program. I had a lot of people, following the program. They loved it. So Evolve You asked me if I can design another program, which was calisthenics for beginners. So it's basically how to get your pull-ups, push-ups, pistol squats, and stuff like that. So that was the beginner program that I did. And now hopefully I'm going back to UK mid-May, and let's see what happens.
Amazing. So you're going to keep creating new stuff for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What a cool. I think I might have started following Chrissy from you because I didn't really know much about the brand. And obviously she has Honor Active too. And Evolve, like there's just so much going on. So what a cool brand to be a part of. And
Absolutely.
look at that. It all started from you just like sending out cold emails and DMs.
Yeah. Honestly, people ask me, like, how did you become Under Armour's ambassador? I said, just email people, just email everybody. I said, they check your DM, they check their DMs, they check your messages. If they want to reply, they will reply.
Yes. Yeah. I love that. Okay, cool. So do you do any in-person training too?
I do.
Okay.
I do have like 1 or 2, like, people who are like really beginner, if they want to come to my place, because I have some equipment in the basement. So I just do it in the basement, or I'll take them to the gym, but not like a lot, just 1 or 2. COVID time, I had a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, COVID time, I had a lot when you're not supposed to be.
A lot of in-person or like over Zoom?
No, in person.
Oh.
With the mask on. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that was hard. I did that a little bit
my
too in
God.
person and I was like, yeah, it was rough. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and at this point now, do you just not have the time for it? Or are you just kind of like shifting, or do you want to get back into in person, or like what does your like
No,
life look like career wise right now?
with 3 kids, it's hard in person.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard. And my concentration is on my kids right now. My family comes first and then everybody
Yeah.
else. So to me, it's like I need to take care of my kids. That's
Okay.
my priority. And
Yeah.
in person can whenever, if I can get a chance, yeah. But if not, I get a lot of messages like, but I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put my kids on the side. So, I mean, I always think about like, I left my career for them. And now I feel like they're teenagers that need me the most. So I just don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So does your husband work out? The husband that's involved in your Instagram name?
The only thing that works out.
Oh my God. He's an eater. He likes to eat. I like to eat too. So I'm on the same.
Yeah.
So no, he doesn't work out at all.
He used to work out a lot, but I feel like his focus is on my youngest son a lot. Like he's
Okay.
so persistent that he wants him to become a soccer player. He grew up playing sports, soccer, cricket. He used to be the fastest runner. He's still like, if you know what makes me so mad is like when people look at us and they're like, "Oh, are you working?" To him, "Are you working out?" I said, "No, he doesn't work out. I work out." Me, because he just has that body.
Yeah.
He's kind of built that way. And but he takes care of himself,
Yeah.
but he does not work out anymore.
Yeah.
Hasn't.
Just for that week. So how did you guys originally meet?
We originally, me and my husband,
Yeah.
we met through friends. So we met through friends. So he's South African and I'm Pakistani, right?
He's
So
South
even that is
African.
he's South
Yeah.
African,
So
yeah. So
different. Yeah.
he was born and raised in South Africa. He was
Okay.
born in Durban, raised in Johannesburg, and then he came to Canada when he was 20 years old. And I think we met, or when he was 19, or I can't remember. And we met when he was 24 or something.
Okay.
And because I'm 2 years older than him. And even then, my mother was so mad. She's like, "What? South African? Who's this?"
Yeah.
So that's another story that we can talk if you want me to. My mom had an issue with that
Okay.
because our people want to marry within ours. Like
Yeah.
Pakistani would want to marry a Pakistani, but in religion, it tells you that you're supposed to marry out of your culture because Islam says that you need to learn other people's culture as well.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be marrying within all the time. Yeah, it's okay, but you should learn other people's culture as well. So if now my kids, I would have no issue if they want to marry black, yellow, purple, white, whatever.
Yeah.
But I would prefer they're Muslims. That's it. That would be my preference. That I want that person to be Muslim. I don't care what color that is, what culture that is. That doesn't bother me. But
Okay.
I would prefer that it's a Muslim. That's all.
So is your husband Muslim now?
He is. He was born raised Muslim. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 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 But like just being from South Africa and Pakistan.
South Africa. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so tell me about how that was with your mom and how it kind of shifted
So
into, yeah.
my mom said no, it's not gonna happen. So like,
Oh,
no,
she
you're
told
not
you
marrying
no.
this guy. Oh, she
Yeah.
said no straight away. So the whole family. So what happened is like the family comes over and the father, his father is like, my son wants to marry your daughter. That's how he told my mom. My mom goes, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So they left. They left, and I told my husband, I said, no, I can't hurt my mom. I'm not gonna do anything without her wish. So I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. So he went back to South Africa.
Okay.
He got so disheartened, he went back to South Africa. His family was still here. He went back to South Africa. And then my mom started, finding other people. She's like, okay, what about this guy? What about that guy? It has to be Pakistani, right? So I said yes to whoever I said, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I will marry him, whatever. But it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. And then after 1.5 years, my husband messaged me. He's like, I'm coming to Canada. And I was wondering, if you could see, I said, you're coming to Canada, but my mom said no already. So I don't know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. So I spoke with my brother. Then my brother spoke with my mom. And he said, look, because my sister got married at the age of 21 and
Right.
I was 27. So now I'm very old. I'm very old. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our culture, 26, 27. So I'm sorry, I'm 26. And my mom's like, she's getting old. You tried, maybe this is the right guy. So again, he came over. My mom saw him. My mom did not talk to me for a whole month. And she said, okay, I will say yes to this guy. And you would not believe he is the best thing ever to him. She's like,
Yeah.
I wish my son was like him.
Oh.
She kisses him. She's like, he's so good. I said, but why didn't you say yes before?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at
She's
least
like, I love
she
him.
gave him another chance.
She loves him so much. She like he's
Yeah.
the best thing ever happened. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It's just the
sweet.
way. Yeah, it's just the way. It's
Yeah.
okay. I don't blame my mom because I feel like I said, like she didn't had my dad there. Everything was on her. Like it's just the society that she lived in, and it's
For
like what
sure.
people are gonna say. So I don't blame her because I know she grew up like that. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
I love that how much compassion you have for your mom because I feel like that
Oh,
shows
I
up a
love her.
lot for your kids too. And you have a lot of empathy and compassion and you just want what's best for everyone, right? Of course. And everything
Absolutely,
ended up
absolutely.
working out, but it's like your mom is your mom too, and you
Yeah,
want to,
absolutely. I'm a happy person, and I have to think about why was she like that. It's because
yeah,
not because she wanted to be like that. Because I know she's a kind person. She's
yeah,
she's such a good-hearted person. She's always trying to help. She tells me she's like, I'm sorry that I did what I did, but I was just worried what people are going to say about my daughters, and I don't want
yeah,
people to point fingers at my daughters. So
yeah,
I understand where she comes from.
yeah. Does she like movement or fitness at all?
No,
No.
unfortunately, no.
I one piece of your content that I really enjoy, and it's crazy because age is such a weird thing, right? People are like, oh, like anti-aging, and you don't look this, you look younger or whatever. And I look at you and I'm like, wow, you don't look 43, but there is no like look to be 43,
Look,
right? There's just,
yeah,
you can be any age and you can start anything at any age. But I love the fact that you show women that you can start at any age and you can be super fit and strong over 40. So what is something that you would give the audience of that's hearing this today of like wanting to get fit, but maybe they think it's too late or they feel too far behind or something like that?
you can start at any age. Start slow. Just set to hear your somebody. somebody else's chapter 20. Start slow. Like even when I started, I didn't know what I was doing, and it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. To approach. Hire someone, train. You don't just go to the like, oh, yeah, maybe I should do that tomorrow. You need to plan it.
So I have everyone on the show tell everyone, what is one thing that you wish you knew before you started your fitness journey?
That you can eat everything in moderation. Don't, avoid carbs, fats, because I think I had this in my head that I shouldn't be eating carbs, just protein. I should be eating like no sugar. I was depriving myself, and the more I deprived myself, the more I wanted to eat. So I learned how to, eat in moderation, and just enjoy the food, have a good relationship with food instead of just avoiding it.
How did you heal that relationship with food?
Just allowing myself to eat, but a little
Okay.
bit, not too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
not because I was like, I'm not gonna eat at all. But I said no, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna eat a little bit, and I'm gonna like, obviously, in small portions,
Yeah.
not just a lot, just a little bit.
Did that take a while for you to shift that mindset?
It did. It
Yeah.
did. It did. It take a lot. Yeah, because before it was like, I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat it, and then I was depriving myself, and I'm like, it's not working. So I just have to have a little bit, enjoy it, have a good relationship with food instead of just avoiding it totally. So.
Is it safe to assume that this kind of relationship is very much similar to the gym? The more reps you put in there, the more reps you put in your mind is like the better you'll get with it, right?
True, true. It
Yeah.
helped a lot. It helped a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like, in the beginning, I also had the same mindset, like, I don't want to lift weight because if I lift weight, I'm going to become manly or whatever. And that is just BS. So I
Yeah.
also have to drop that mindset outside the gym and be like, you know what? The more I lift heavier, the better I'm going to feel.
Yeah.
So these two things I would say have helped me a lot.
Yeah. I love that. Well, where can people find you online? Where can people connect with you?
On Instagram, SFM_fitness, and TikTok as well. SFM_fitness, same
Are you
thing.
on TikTok a bunch too?
I am on TikTok, but I'm not very like, consistently posting
Yeah.
anything on it. So it's just like once in a while, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Instagram, TikTok, Evolve You. Look for her on Under Armour page for some really
Correct.
awesome moves. And thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate the conversation and all things you put out to the world. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming to this Tara Talk. I hope you're taking something away from this episode, and if so, I would love to hear about it. You can connect with me at The Tara Talk and at Tara LaFerrara on Instagram. A few ways you can help support the show and help spread the word. You can share it on Instagram, tag at The Tara Talk and at Tara LaFerrara. Send an episode to a friend, and please leave a review if the show is resonating with you. It takes just a few minutes, and it means so much to help this show grow, and it helps me to continue to bring on badass guests for all of us to learn and grow from. I am so happy you're here and excited to be on this journey with you. Until next time, be a badass with a good ass.